All right, so let's move into the final placement here for you guys. And then I'll see if they want me to pull, being our spirit teams or spirit guides, source Gaia. They want me to pull a couple of closing oracles. The final placement is going to be for water. Your emotions, your intuition, the guidance, the connection to all that is. The awareness that you may be just one drop in an ocean, but you're unique. There's nobody else like you, and your contribution, while it may seem to the human mind is insignificant in, the ocean, to the cosmic dance, the divine source, Gaia, you're a unique note in the symphony. If you're not there, it is less for you not being there. So you're vital, you're important, you matter. If you ascribe to the concept that we are being facets of the divine gets to experience itself through us. So this would be one aspect of the divine being able to experience itself that it couldn't experience anymore, right? Like it would be less than. It would mourn that loss. Okay. So let's see here for water. Okay, that's a lot. Okay. All right, I'm going to go with it. Oh my goodness, there's 4 of them here? Holy banana cakes. All right. So we have Lady of Perpetual Rebirth, Alchemy, Inner Guidance, Messages, Moths. Transformation doesn't destroy you. So like if you're the moth to the alchemical flame, the phoenix fire, you aren't destroyed when you gain knowledge, when you choose to alchemize, when you seek that fire of change. You're choosing how you desire to re-experience yourself. It's not a losing of yourself, it's a gaining of yourself. And we have 21, the Judge. You make the choice. You decide. You write the narrative. All right, we're going to need a card for this here, because this one has some X-rated image to it. All right. Okay, the other one's fine. So, you write your own story. You write your own narrative. This devil energy is meant to challenge you to be sure when it comes to your doubt, to no longer have it, to conquer it, to overcome it. So it is a challenge. It is, yet again, it's a trigger that is a blessing in disguise. Then we have number 22. We have the Bard of Truth. And as you can imagine, this is a naked feminine form. And with that goose there with like the gift bow around the neck, and then there's a harp. Being the bard, it's about vibration. It's about how you show up as your authentic self. And there's yet again that emphasis on the vulnerability, the strength that it takes to show up in this manner for yourself. It's not about the other person. It's about you. This is who I am, and I own who I am. And I know that I have a lot to offer, and I am not going to hide who I am. I am owning myself. And it's almost like a challenge to the other energy. Are you also creating yourself again and again and again with every choice that you choose to take a negative and make it a positive? Are you also the author of your own story? Because if you are, this card would not come out if it wasn't any other way. You are these things. in your emotional state. So if you're in this energy, resonance vibration wise, you're going to attract other energies that are of like vibration. There's anxiety around this. It's interesting. I mean, it's interesting because there's more detail to it. And it's understandable why there would be anxiety about this, thus the overanalyzation that, either is something you're experiencing or it's something that you are overcoming. And then we have number 20, the dreamer. There's stars. And there's an implication of a second individual here in this dream. Because either this guy has multiple hands. And it's interesting that this is one image that I definitely feel that this is a masculine form. The flight, the balance of the blue and the red. This may be where you encountered this energy. It may be like where you first test the waters, being that this is the water spot placement, because there's blue on the bard and there's blue here. So it's balanced in the masculine and the feminine within you. And the desire to create passion, yes, with this red, but also to anchor it in. With the white, it's the elevated, the purity. Good intention, really. Good intention. Leaving little stars behind, it's little seeds, little clues within the dream space. And it's, am I interpreting this correctly? Am I communicating clearly? And this could be with your spirit team. It could be with, family members. It could be a dream that you've had that's recurring, that is even about this career decision, this mission, this project that you're working on. Am I interpreting this correctly? And am I communicating with this other realm clearly about what I desire to create in my physical? Inception. Not really sure exactly why that came out. I know that it could be related, but I don't know enough about it. I haven't actually watched the movie. What I do recall is there's somebody who was so good at astral travel, or interesting, I said astral travel, lucid dreaming. That's what I meant to say. So that's a synchronicity for somebody, that they actually ended up sleeping for years. It became more real to them. The dream state did. Okay, so we're just gonna pull like 2, just like we did for the others. Well, the assertive energy had a little more to say here. Okay. So we have the Hermit in the reverse and the Ten of Swords in the upright. Okay. So, what is your judgment on this Hermit in the reverse? Are you cool with that? I don't know about you, but I'm not cool with that. I would rewrite this. I'd be like, all right. So this Hermit is going to come in. Instead of hiding his knowledge, keeping it to himself, when he can make a positive impact on, himself and those he cares about and others. Just like a ripple effect out from that one interaction. It's amazing how many people we impact with one positive interaction. Instead of hoarding that knowledge and that wisdom and that light and that healing opportunity, it's going to be in the upright. The choice to, like a moth, go to the flame and choose to alchemize that into something that could be brought forward, because you pass judgment on these deep waters that feel absolutely overwhelming. And you're like, I understand these now. In this deck, there is a card. It's the Five of Swords, I believe. It could be Five of Wands. Let's see if I could find it real quick here for you guys while we shuffle through, because that's really what it's turning. It's what it's turning it into. You can choose to take this Ten of Swords and make it a Five of Wands. Now, I'm not going to have this like not be, highlighted here. So we have the top and bottom there, and I'll move into that here in a sec. But right now, I want to find this visual for you guys because it's just too poignant. And because I was raised by an artist, I know the power of images and how they can impact the psyche by seeing the representation, the visual, that it just really locks it in. Oh boy, you're going to have me go through the whole thing, huh? I'd be kind of disappointed if I had to go through it again for you guys. But I trust my divine, so here we go. It's Five of Wands, actually. Interesting. Then I thought it was Swords. So Five of Wands, unnecessary distraction. So that could be something too that you've possibly been dealing with. So you can, as the judge, choose to take this Ten of Swords and turn it into a Five of Wands. Both of them have like tentacle-y vibe to them, like the light coming down from above. A bit of water. There's a little more air in this, a little more knowledge. Yet again, taking water and turning it into air. Emotion, turning it into knowledge. So, coming out of this Hermit in the reverse, choosing to alchemize it, passing judgment on this Ten of Swords, yes, it can be a new beginning, but it's not the end. It's not the end. Five of Wands here, it is being smoke and mirrors. It's an illusion. It's trying to make itself scarier, seem more intimidating, more imposing than it truly is. It's more of like, it's with Halloween coming up, it's someone that's in a really like scary outfit. They got a really good costume. They're not actually the Boogie Monster. They're just dressed up like the Boogie Monster. So you're able to see that for what it is, a costume, not a truth, not a reality. And this is where your manifestation comes in. This is where you get to the good stuff, if you will. If you haven't already done this, it's possible your higher self, your future self, has already done this. Whether you're aware of it or not, this other energy, this other project, this other mission outside of you, your future self, higher self, prepares the way before you. So you may be actually receiving information in your dreams from your future or higher self, coming back to let you know, hey, everything's okay. I figured it out. We're good. You're going to get to live this because guess what? I'm future you and I'm living it. And it's good. It's good. Okay, so I did say that I would move into this. So, bottom of the deck, we have Five of Cups. Top, we had the Queen of Pentacles. This whole reading is about alchemy. So this is the illusion that you're not experiencing or an energy outside of you or you yourself, you're not actually receptive to being fully abundant in your reality, that you desire to experience. But with alchemy, you can flip that. You can flip that. Do you want to flip that? That might be what this whole reading is about, is how do you want to write this? Because you have a lot of hurt in your history. You have a lot of reason to hesitate, to give, to being vulnerable, to dream again, to give to something with your emotional side because, I mean, yeah. And it's understandable with the Five of Cups, inevitably, this individual becomes very aware of the new opportunity that is there. The danger that you run into if you choose to remain focused on these cups that things just didn't work out, that dream did not work out. Your heart could be very scarred and very hurt. Yes, but regret is a heavy burden to carry. And that is something that someone who would be here in this reading would understand, that it's a weight that is heavier than the mourning of the lost dream. Because then these two cups would become part of this, and not because of anything other than the choice you made to not even find out. That's where the regret is. And no, if you guys are here and you're still watching, you have the strength to find that answer. And the beauty is in the becoming open to it, in the becoming vulnerable and saying, this is me. This is how I feel. This is what I think. This is what I want. This is what I desire to create. And I'm holding nothing back. I am sharing this completely with myself and the world around me that I choose to create with. Once you do that, there's a freedom that's found in that. There's a liberation from the deliberation, the overanalyzation, the I wonder what if. There is a freedom, a relief in actually just going, all right, there we go. Now it's, whatever's going to be is going to be. So you may find that turning and looking at those two cups is actually relief. And maybe it's, just another lesson to bring to the next situation that will be more capable of actually being that you desire to manifest because you have this experience. You're in more resonance with this heart. You're in more vibration. For the assertive energy deck here, we have the Two of Wands, and then we have the Page of Spheres or Pentacles. So it's the desire to create a new path, a new experience, a new desired reality. And yeah, it can be with another individual. It could be in a career. It could be in your purpose. Maybe you're at this point where you're like, I don't really know if I'm doing what I should be doing. This reading is a validation that you're on the right path. This is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. This is exactly what you're meant to be creating. You have been figuring out what doesn't work. And now it's like an internship. You know, because of your training, this period of learning to this point, moving forward, you're going to be able to hit the ground running. Because you're offering all of you to this. You're owning it completely. Yet again, this is about you. This is not about someone else outside of you. This is about you. The world will mirror you back to you. It's not about somebody else. It's about you. And how wonderful you are. And how, when you see this happen in your life, because I've had it happen in mine, and it's so humbling to realize how everything really is connected. That they're not just sayings that have been passed down for thousands of years for nothing, that it's real. You can see it manifest in your life. There's like an awe. There's like a bowing to the synchronicity. It's like even if it's a synchronicity in nature, like maybe there's two Canadian geese that fly over your head and you know, okay, so I'm not alone in creating this. It's the divine speaking to you through Gaia, saying, hey, you matter. I'm here. You're not alone. And Namaste doesn't just apply to another person. It applies in that situation to the spirit that lived within each of those Canadian geese. Because the divine lives within them too. Gaia has a soul. Animals have souls. We have souls. We're all connected. And with that, I'm going to pull this reading to a close. Please do like, share, comment, subscribe. Shoot me an email if you have any interest in working with me. The divine, the love within me, honors the divine, the love within you. Namaste.